Okay, here's my hot take on this in terms of social media support. First, you really have to know why you're doing social media in your business. So it is not, as a practitioner in particular, the point is not to get people from social media to book an appointment with you right away. The point is to get them from social media to opt into your ecosystem. So be coming to a webinar, coming to a live talk, and then we invite them to work with us, or we invite them to carry on and remain in our nurture sequence. So there's multiple steps to a marketing system, and if you don't understand the intention of a step, it's really hard to know whether you're getting an ROI. So your social media is about putting your brand out there and converting people essentially onto your list. And if they want to book in sooner, even great. So this is about lead gen. So you're going to know you're getting an ROI because you're going to see an increase in the amount of new leads coming into your business. It's then your responsibility to effectively convert them. You'll know you're getting an ROI because you are converting people and driving revenue into your business that obviously exceeds what it is that you are investing in terms of your social media. This is a great question, and there's two parts. So, one, I really want to tap into why everything feels quiet. So, is that your algorithm on whatever social media channel that you are on that things are a little bit more quiet? Is that you and you're posting less? Check in on that piece. In terms of growing your email list, whether it is the summer or any other time of year, the tactics that you use are probably going to be the same. You need to have compelling content that is valuable for people, that people are opting into. Some of the current trends that we're seeing are custom GPTs or delivering a live webinar or even delivering a live training. Any of these are really great options. Just change the language to make it a little bit more topical and reflective of the time of year we're in. Okay, let's do a cold plunge on this one and let's differentiate two things. Are we talking about followers or are we talking about new leads into your business? So, when we're talking about new leads into your business, this can come from our followers and it can come from other referral sources or giving talks or any type of that outward facing marketing. If you're finding that you're having a hard time bringing in new followers into your business, we need to know whether it's an issue with the platform, whether it's an issue with your content, or whether there's some other problem that we are not clear on. Maybe you have a really crummy niche, or maybe you don't have the right type of clients in your broader ecosystem. So we need to get a little bit more specific around where that problem resides. We've probably got to clean up your content, and we've probably got to figure out a little bit of a cleaner strategy on the social media platform that you are using, because everyone always needs more leads into their business. This is such a great question. The push and pull of like, how do I best utilize my time as the leader and owner of the clinic? This is why, first and foremost, I just want to call out that your time is actually more valuable. So if you haven't currently differentiated your fee structure from that of all of the associates in your practice, now is a really great time to do that. So one of the easiest ways to reduce the tension between being out there promoting your clinic and having time to see patients is actually just to start by increasing your rates so that you can actually afford to go out and promote your business. So this is just a matter of budgeting. You need to be really clear on what type of revenue you need to bring into your practice, adjust your rates accordingly, and then also set your expectations around how much new traffic those outward talks that you are doing need to be bringing in. And when in doubt, consider charging for those talks so we're offsetting some of that cost. The summer seems to be a pain point for a lot of people. So if you are looking to bring in more traffic during the summer, I want to remind you of one thing. It's actually less expensive and usually easier to bring existing patients into your practice than to try to attract new ones. If I was dealing with a quiet summer, I would be doubling down on reaching out to existing patients to reinvigorate them, and I'd be looking at creating a strategy for the fall to bring new patients and new revenue into our practice. Always pick the easier option, and people who've already picked you are always more likely to put up their hands. Okay, let's do a cold plunge on this one. your stories have very little to do with how many people are actually going to book appointments. Now, let's be really clear. The stories that you're posting on, let's say, a platform like Instagram, this is where your existing fans who know, like, and trust you are already following along. But the assumption in the question is that people go straight from Instagram into wanting to book an appointment in your practice. It's really important to remember that there's an intermediary step. People typically go from social media to something we call a conversion event. So maybe this is a live webinar or an evergreen webinar or some type of mini training, and then they can take the plunge to come and work with you. If you are struggling to get people from stories into your practice, rather than focus on asking everyone to book an appointment, use your stories to drive people and curiosity towards a live training, and use that as the platform to get more people in your door. Okay, I'm going to give you both a hot take and a cold plunge. So, gone are the days where we lead with a hero statement on our website where we're like, are you a middle-aged woman who's fatigued and tired and dried up and all of these things? And do you want to be that? We don't need to do that. We don't need to paint the horrible picture in order to talk about an outcome. I would make most of my website outcome driven, but I would leverage and utilize pain points so that people feel seen. And you don't have to put all of the pain points in one row, so no one is all of those painful things at once. Maybe you're a tired individual. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lackluster. Maybe you're feeling apathetic. Maybe you're feeling depressed. Maybe you're feeling all of these things. We're all a little bit different. So my language there enabled a lot of different people to be seen, and then we can move back to the outcome that's possible for them. So a balance of both, lead with that outcome and keep it positive. Okay, first, let's congratulate you on sending out weekly emails, because most people aren't doing that piece. Secondly, let's get really clear on the metrics that we're actually looking for. Do you need people to reply to those emails? Are you specifically asking them a compelling question? If you want people to reply and engage to an email that you send out, make sure you're keeping it short. If you want people to actually be booking as a reflection of that email, you're going to have to set that up strategically. So just sending out an email every week and then including a link to book is probably not sufficient for them to take action. So you want to make sure your emails are high value. And what we are doing is interspersing that high value with an opportunity to move even deeper. So maybe it's coming to a live training or some other type of event, but let's use those live trainings and those deeper dives to really pinpoint the people who are ready to take a little bit more action. Once there's more nuance in your email, it's way easier for us to diagnose. To be or not to be a blogger? This is the question. So I want you to think about your marketing as something that gets stacked. So this idea of should I be doing this or should I be doing that, to me starts to suggest that maybe we only have time to market in one particular way. And I want to be really clear that what a blog achieves and what a blog does for you is it helps index your SEO. It helps increase your searchability. What a reel does is it helps you reach new people related to a specific topic. So we're actually reaching two different cohorts of people for two entirely different reasons. And these strategies can actually work really well together. My suggestion, write a really great blog and you can use that content to inform your reels. So be more structured and strategic in how you pull your content together so you can use it in more places at once.